Hey everyone, in today's video, we're going to see about the comparison between AutoGen, LangGraph, and CrewAI. The name defines autogeneration as it generates the communication between every agent that we define. So based on that, it makes decision, concludes any event that it be asked for, and any dynamic task decomposition it performs. So majorly, it builds for multi-agent so that we don't have to instruct each agent to do what and to react how, like that. So it just makes the decision by its own based on the predefined task that we do, I mean the user. So we have to define each agent a task. We have to give a task for each agent, and it performs by communicating within each other. So we don't have to make that conversation. So it is like conversation, talking to a friend, like that. It makes by its own. So that is what autogen mean. So let's just see like a small execution of it. So the goal is to build multi-page research report on quantum computing in 2025. So the first thing, it research the coordinates, I mean the first page, and then action it made. Second, analyst role. The another agent is analyst, and it is playing that role. And next agent is technical writer, who just these things are communicating between each other. Like when it does finish the job, it just asks the another agent to perform the task. So at last, we got the results for this particular question. So that is how this communication happens when it comes to AutoGen. So when to use AutoGen? Whenever we need to have a conversation or flexibility in the model, we can go for AutoGen. So that we just leave the liberal thing. I mean, the liberation we just give to the model, and it does perform the task. Next one is LangGraph. LangGraph, this framework we know, it is for orchestrating your entire model. So it is for taking the control. It just makes the agent to have a control. For example, we just assign each agent with a role, and it defined in such a way that it should play that role alone. It can't just go beyond that, and it also have the state and I mean the memory, those things it has, so that we just have a cycle of it. So it starts and ends at the particular place. So like that, I mean the agent. If it starts at agent 1, and agent 3 should respond, and 2 will give the result. Like that, if we defined means it will do the task as we defined. So it is all more of a formal model that we can go with. So that is why LangGraph. When it comes to AutoGen, it is all like a conversational, friendly model that we can just say. When it comes to LangGraph, it is all about rules, and it is very formal and straightforward. But it should be like way more controlled than the other frameworks. So whenever we have like predictable or controlled approach or model that we need to build using multi-agent, we can go with the LangGraph. So it performs well on complex business logic, multi-step reasoning with the humans in the loop. So the reliable agent pipelines, so that we don't have to lose the track, and we don't have to bother or worried about the entire flow. So this works better in such cases. And for LangGraph, we can see, yeah, the live demo. So it is for the same goal, I mean, for the same question, we just ask it to perform with the same agents that we define with a more prominent, controlled way. So it has a research and a data researcher, then software analyst, market economist. So they just understand and decide by its own because we defined a rule for it. And at last, reports have been generated. So synthesize the gathered research into the final report structure. So it is like action that we need to take after the results. So it's a simple example that I wanted to show that it just research from a web and performs a task for us, and which is orchestrated using a LangGraph framework. So that's the difference in this demo. Nothing much. The same procedure, same role assigned to agent, but in a different framework that we can perform using with. Next is CrewAI. CrewAI, I think I've had this video. I've explained CrewAI. So CrewAI is about working with team, and you will have a manager and teammates and some of the leads to control. So there will be like hierarchy or the entire setup for a team. So that is what CrewAI do, and it protects content, competitive analysis, multi-departmental simulations. So hierarchy based in the sense like uh, team members, and they just support with the team lead, and later they just go submit with the manager. So there'll be like roles assigned to it, and you can perform these kind of things using it. You can generate ideas using Crew AI, because you just assign roles, right? So whenever there is like role based or hierarchical thing, that you can go with the Crew AI. So yeah, and here a same question with a Crew AI. So the role changed: lead research strategist, quantum hardware specialist. So you assign a role uh, for every agent so that they'll act in that particular uh, role. I mean, characteristics. So at last, you will end up with a senior technical writer. It depends, like manager or vice president or someone who thinks the hierarchy ends at what point. So that is what Crew AI does. So it depends what all the rules that you assign and want to perform. You can choose these framework, any one of the framework, like for predictable and controlled, like more formal, you can go with LangGraph. If it is like role based, you need to set up a role and assign a task for each, and they have to behave like that role. Means you have to go with Crew AI. And at last, if it is like friendly model, you can go with AutoGen. So yeah, I hope this video finds you well. I'm just given the differentiation between each framework, and you can pick any one of it. Depends on your use case that you wanted to build for. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Bye.